Welcoming you to Chair Yoga for the care of Waldenstroms. I'm so grateful to be with you today. And today we're with a large group of folks from all over the world. And for today's class, I wanted us to try and tap into the beneficial grounding, centering, uplifting effects that nature can have. So I wanted to start by sharing this quote. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And that's a quote I'm sure many of you have heard by Lao Tzu. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So let's go forward into our session without hurrying, and we're going to be doing things gradually today. Getting started, I'm actually going to come to the very back of my chair and see if I can nestle up as if I had my back against a trusty tree with my feet on the earth and my hands in my lap. So we'll just start with a little bit of centering. If it felt safe to do so, you could close your eyes and begin to arrive in whatever state of being you're in. You're welcome here. Feeling the connection of your feet on the earth and your back against this imaginary trusty tree. Let yourself relax into its strength. Beginning to take a few exploratory breaths, just noticing, what does it feel like for me to breathe today? In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Expanding on my inhale and grounding on my exhale. And with my back against my trusty tree and my feet rooting down, my seat rooting down into the earth, feeling the buoyancy of my breath, I might wish to imagine all of the other friends in this space right now with their backs against their trees. Maybe they're in their mind's eye, they're in a really beautiful spot, like Carol described, surrounded by redwood trees. Just the hugeness and the presence of those kinds of trees that have been on the planet for a very long time. There's nothing quite like that sort of ancient primal connection that we have to nature. You could continue to breathe regularly at your own pace, or you might want to come into some bees breath. Surprise, surprise, for a nature-themed class. So bees breath, we're just creating a humming sound. It doesn't have to be forceful. It doesn't have to sound good. It could be a very quiet little sound, like the bees first waking up, those little ground bees. Finding what feels good with your bees breath. Letting those shoulders relax. For one more. Very good. And just letting that vibration sort of echo on a little bit. Noticing how it made you feel if you were practicing bees breath. And as I mentioned, we're not in any kind of hurry for our class today, but I'm going to begin to come away from the back of my chair towards the front of my chair. If it feels really good to just stay in your rooted posture, you can always just come back to that place with your back leaning against the trusty tree. I'm going to bring my arms down at my sides. So I've still got my feet rooting down and my seat rooting down. And I'm going to gradually grow my branches. So I'm going to lift my arms out to the sides, inhale, and exhale, keep them where they are. Inhale, I'm going to go up like a tiny bit more, and exhale. So every inhale, my branches are growing a little bit higher with however high you want to go. And I might just come up a little bit higher, and then I'll float my arms down. I'm going to do that same thing again. Inhale the branches. Exhale, stay. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, stay. Breathing in, growing a little bit higher. Exhale, stay. And last one, maybe a little higher. Exhale, float the arms down. All right. And now I'm going to lift my arms up as far as feels good and float them back down a few times. And maybe I can mimic the crane pose that we learned in Tai Chi. When I lift my arms up, my thumb and my fingers are touching each other at the top. And when I come down, I'm lifting my fingers up off the floor and getting a really big wrist stretch. So I could do that a few times. And like Rami says, be the crane. Right? So you might imagine yourself with a large wingspan. And sort of, I think of the crane embodying a sense of serenity. So you might take a few more of those. Got it. So nice to see you, Marty and Sharon. Thank you for joining. All right. And then I'm going to rest my arms in my lap for a moment. And getting really long in my neck, I can't help but think of the giraffe, which was my mom's favorite animal. So I got stuffed giraffe animals all the time. My little giraffe neck is going to turn to one side and maybe nibble on some leaves over there. Turn to the other side, nibble on some leaves over there. And I'm just noticing what it feels like, what my range of motion feels like. I don't have to go to the full extension of my range of motion right away. Of course, I always forget to breathe, so I'm going to remind myself to breathe. Turning my head just from side to side and keeping that length in my neck, like that beautiful, graceful neck of the giraffe. And I might just take one more on each side or make any other movements with my head and neck. That would feel good. And then when I'm good and ready, take a little bit of a wider stance. And in my wider stance, I'm going to work towards these really, really gradual side bends. So I'm going to slide my right hand up my right rib cage and lean to the left, and then come right back up. I'm going to do that same side a few times. So sliding the hand up the right and coming back. Finding your breath with this. Really exploring where you feel this stretch. Keeping the sit bones anchored down. You might take one more to that same side. Beautiful. And then going to the other side, left hand up the left rib cage, leaning to the right just a little bit. Come on back. And again, we're filling up the hand with the breath. Going at my own pace. I may take one or two more of this gradual side bend, keeping my sit bones anchoring down. I just so naturally want to lift my butt up off the chair when I do this. Okay, so now I'm going to come and involve the arm in this movement. Right arm reaching up and over to whatever degree feels good. And my left arm is kind of pushing my leg away. So I'm kind of spinning my heart up towards the ceiling, big breath, and coming back to center. And I might do that on the other side. We'll just do this once. So really exploring this openness of the side body. And then releasing, and let's bring the legs back out in front. I'm going to stretch my legs long in front of me. I'm holding onto my chair. My heels are resting and my toes are lifting. I'm grabbing onto the back of my chair and just lifting my heart. And I might press my toes down towards the earth. And then I might relax and lift my toes up. Come back to neutral with my spine. Inhale, toes down, heart lift, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, toes up. Come back to neutral with the spine, bring the chin back. Right? So I'm just a very, very gentle little back bends followed by a little foot pump. It's a nice, keeping the range of motion kind of small, but exploring within that. And then we'll come back to that wider stance. Coming back to that wider stance, here we are with the feet out to the sides and the arms out to the sides like a cactus. So I'm going to inhale, lift my heart and bring the arms back a little bit. As I exhale, I'm going to bring my palms back behind me and I might kind of forward fold a tiny, tiny bit. Inhale, arms up, heart lifts. Exhale, arms down as far as feels good. And I might kind of look down at the earth. I'm going to do a few more of these. Cactus lift and cactus bow. Just getting a kind of a different feeling in my arms and my chest. Good, and then I'm coming back up and I'm going to bring my feet together. I'll cross one leg on top of the other and give myself a hug. And I'm imagining that I'm a little koala bear holding onto a branch. And I'm squeezing my legs towards each other and I'm squeezing my arms towards each other. And I might tuck my chin or I might lift my chin, whatever feels good. And then releasing, we'll come back to the wide stance. Take your cactus shape or your goddess shape. Lifting the heart, squeezing the elbows back. Exhale, those hands come down. It might be a little tiny forward fold-ish. Lifting up, you got it. And releasing down. And let's just do one more of these. Heart lift, open palms, and then those palms coming down and back as far as I can go. And then I'll release, walk my feet back together, cross the opposite leg on top of whatever you did from last time. Give yourself a hug with the opposite arm on top, if you can remember. It's probably the one that feels weird. And again, we're clinging onto the branch like a cuddly little koala bear. And maybe you want to imagine the scent of eucalyptus cleansing you. I'm thinking that's what the koala eats, right? Eucalyptus? Maybe. And then let's release from here. And I'm going to take my left leg out and sweep it to the side. Right leg will open. And we're going to get into our extended side angle here. So we've really prepped for this. I'm leaning over to the right side. with my left arm. And I'm trying not to crumble in, so I'm lifting my heart up towards the ceiling. And I might just wiggle my fingers here. Take a little bit of weight out of that front arm. So I'm doing the work with my own body, my own core. And then releasing back up to center. And switching sides, right? So I've got this right leg out to the right, left leg to the left. I'm reaching up and over with that right arm. Big stretch. Side body, opening the gills on the side body. Taking a little bit of weight out of that front arm. Good. And then we're relaxing back to center and bringing the feet back to center. So if you are standing, I would love for you to sit for this one. It's going to be really fun, I promise. So I don't know why, but I am obsessed with marionettes, and I love making myself into a marionette. And it's actually a really good work for the body. So I'm going to pretend that my right hand is holding a string that connects to my right knee. And I'm going to lift that right knee up and place it over to the side. And I might do that a few times. So you can really feel the work that's going on in that right hip, lifting and placing it back. And this next time I'm going to lift it. I'm going to keep it out to the side, keep it lifted, and then maybe lift the whole foot up and bring it back down and place it back down. Now I'm going to switch sides. So I've got my pretend string coming up out of my left knee, lifting my left leg up, and boop, I'm dropping it over to the side. Lifting it up, coming back. Right, play around with this. Make it your own. So much fun to be a marionette. You got it, Marnie. Beautiful. And then this time I'm going to lift over and I'm going to keep it lifted. I'm going to extend that leg. That's really hard, isn't it? And then release back down. All right, so now I just might extend one leg at a time and hold for however long feels good. And then we're going to stand up and do a few standing poses. So option to stand, I'm coming to the edge of my chair, and I might decide, you know what, right now is the time I want to practice a few sit to stands. So I might come up and come right back down and notice what muscles I use. See if I could turn on my glute muscles, turn on my core muscles. Yeah, you got it, Joe. Beautiful. And when you're ready to come up all the way, you can come up all the way. Yeah, push up if you need it off the chair with your arms. That would be just fine. And then coming to stand if that's in your practice today, making sure you have something nearby to hold on to. Grabbing a little sip of water if you need it. That was great to see you guys working so hard to do the sit to stands. And seeing a nice note from Amy. Giraffe is her favorite animal since age 16, and she has a very large collection. Oh my goodness. I would love to see that sometime. All right, so let's come to a standing posture. You've got the chair there if you need it. I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes and then back down. So I'm just going to warm up my toes, warm up my calves and my shins a little bit. Maybe you want to individuate your toes mentally, just kind of grip the earth with the toes if possible, even within a shoe. You've got it. And then I might just do one more. Okay, so standing crane, we're going to bring the arms out and up, joining the fingertips with the thumbs. And then as we come down, the hands float up away from the body. So inhale, arms straight, and then making that connection of the fingertips. See if you can find a place to gaze that's far away and be the crane. flow at your own pace with your breath. I'm going to take one more like this. All right. And then option to come up onto the tiptoes at the top of your crane and float your way down. Maybe it's just a little tiny tiptoe lift. Maybe you just do the arm portion. Maybe you hold on with one arm. You got it. Let's do one more. Maybe it's just the arms. That would be perfectly fine. Beautiful. Okay. And then shake the hands out. All right. So some of you were talking about having missed Mark Wild's movement sequence replay. It was so much fun. I'm borrowing one of his movements for our class today, so you can get a little taste of him. He will be back in May. He is a really good teacher, and he has some signature moves that I really liked, and I'm going to borrow one of them. So this was the chair pulse bow and arrow. He didn't call it that. I'm calling it that. And it starts with your feet about hip distance apart, and your arms and fists straight out in front. And we're going to bend down into your very, very familiar chair pose and bring the arms back behind you. Try to touch the fists together. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And then we're coming up and the fists are coming back. Now we're stepping one foot back, almost like we're doing a bow and arrow. And then bringing both hands in front. Sit down into your chair. This is how I'm doing it. I don't know if it's exactly how he did it. And then the other leg, you're going to step back as if you got a bow and arrow there. All right, so we're sinking down, chair, coming up, stepping one foot back and pulling that bow and arrow. So the weight's in that back foot. Stepping forward, back down to chair, arms behind, come on up, step the opposite foot back. Good. And then let's all just meet in a chair pose. I'm going to hold the chair pose. I've got my weight in my heels, my hips are back, my belly is engaged, and I might bring my arms straight out in front and really plug those shoulders back. Isometrically push the feet apart. I'm really working hard here. Keep the torso upright. So I'm not rounding forward. You've got it, Chanel, beautiful. And then I'm going to walk it out. Come on out of it, walk it out a little bit. That's a lot of work for the legs. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a wider stance and get into my goddess side bend. So here I am with my toes pointed out to the side. And when I bend my knees, maybe just a little bit, my toes and my knees are pointed in the same direction. It can feel a little bit balance off-putting, so you might want to have, a chair nearby. Belly to the spine, arms in our cactus shape. And sort of imagining that I'm sinking down into some mud here. And yet I'm firm. And when I rise up like a sprout to the right, I'm reaching up. And as I exhale, I'm sinking down into the mud again. Inhale, lift to the left. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, reach up to the right. Exhale, sink down. And last one, inhale, lift. And exhale, sink down into your strong goddess. And there's another saying here, no mud, no lotus. So now I'm feeling this quality of the lotus, the purity of the lotus, and the roots going down. And then I'm walking it out. So that is a very strong pose. I'm going to take a downward facing dog. Hands resting on my chair, my countertop, my wall, however I want to get there. Keeping my head lifted if I have vertigo. folding to whatever degree feels good, making it active by lifting my kneecaps. Right? So I'm stretching the back of my legs and I've integrated the front of my thighs. And then walking my way up, taking that sip of water if I need it. So now we're going to go into a gradual progression to a tree pose. I'm going to start with the weight in my right foot, and I'm going to hold on to my chair for this. All I'm going to do is pick up my left heel off the earth and open my knee to the side. And remember when we were marionettes, I've got that string coming up out of my left knee. And then I'm going to release and bring my heel down and straighten my leg. All I'm doing is lifting my knee, but I'm keeping my toe on the earth. Right? So it's almost like a little ballet movement. Really feel the strength in the legs from our session today. And I might do one more just like that. And then I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to give my leg a break. So weight will come into that left leg. I'm going to pick up my right heel, open my right knee to the side. Got my little string here coming up out of my right knee, and then I'm going to bring it down. So my hip is open. Make this stable and comfortable for yourself. So I'm lifting that heel up off the earth, the toe stays on the ground, and I'm still getting a lot of balance training with this, even though I'm not picking my leg up all the way up off the ground. And I'm going to do one more. Beautiful. And then let's kind of shimmy it out a little bit between sides. Yeah, Marty knows exactly what I mean when I say shimmy it out. I don't think I even know what I mean, but she does. All right, so let's come back to weight in the right leg. I'm going to bring my left leg out to the side. And this time I'm going to do my full marionette lift and release back down. I'm going to lift, I might kick it out and release back down. Lift that leg up, kick it out, release back down. And I might take one more marionette kick. So much fun. And then let's try this on the other side. So it's marionette leading to tree. I promise it leads to tree pose. So I'm going to bring my right leg up, kick it out, and bring it down, holding on to whatever you need there. You got it, Ginger. Take it slow. One more. Oh yeah. Beth, you're a good marionette, aren't you? Take a little wider stance. We'll do a little hip circle, and then we'll get into our full tree pose. Maybe you want to slide the hands around to the lower back, give a little massage, lift the heart. Maybe you want to stretch the arms up. Flow like seaweed in a tidal pool. Oh yes, Ann Moffat. I want to be in the tidal pool with you. Good. And one little swing of the arms, and then we'll come into our sturdy, trusty tree. So not only do I have the support of all my trees out there in the Waldenstrom's community, I am a tree as well for others to lean on. Let's bring the weight into the right foot. Lift the leg, left leg out to the left. Maybe the toe stays on the ground, maybe you lift it up. Placing the foot anywhere on that right leg except for the knee. Zip up the core. And whatever you want to do with the hands, maybe it's one hand on the chair, one hand on the heart. Maybe it's hands to heart center. Maybe you're interested in trying to grow those branches, and maybe you want to sway a little bit like a willow tree. Very good. When you find your edge, just say hello, and then let's come out of it. Let's switch sides. Looking forward to doing this in person at the Ed Forum, if you're going to be there in person. And then everything is going to be live streamed, so we'll be able to see each other. Let's bring the weight in the left foot. Pick up that right heel, open it, zip everything up. Find your point of contact. Foot to the leg to the foot. Like the koala, we're hugging the legs towards each other. And doing whatever feels best with the arm or arms. Just flowing with those little micro movements. Got it, Betty Ann. One more breath. And then kick it out. Dance it out. Punch it out. Very nice, Karen. And then any other movements that your body is asking for before we sit. Maybe you want to do a little moonwalk. I don't actually know how to do that. Maybe there's a little whole body movement. And then we'll come to sit. Making sure I'm not taking myself too seriously today. Coming to sit nice and slow. Crossing that right ankle over the left knee. Giving my foot, my lower limb, a little massage. Maybe it's just the right ankle over the left ankle. That would be fine as well. Reaching the heart forward. Softening my shoulders, softening my eyes. Finding a couple of breaths here. Maybe I'm massaging, maybe I'm in the hip stretch, maybe I'm both. Good. Sitting up tall. Cross that knee over. Use your core to twist to the right. Let the shoulders relax. Chin is level with the earth. Just a gentle twist, if that would feel okay for you. And then relaxing back to center. Switching sides, left ankle over the right knee. Grabbing onto what's available, giving a massage to what's available. And then when you're ready, perhaps a little forward fold for more sensation. Softening shoulders, softening jaw. Very good. Relax back up to center and cross that knee over. We'll come into our twist to the left. Use the core muscles and then the arms for support. Yep, chin is level with the earth. A little peek over the left shoulder, maybe. And then I'm relaxing back to center. Stretching everything, making any other movements the body's asking for. Anything you feel like we didn't hit today. Any joint in the body. Maybe it's the wrists, fingers, maybe the jaw. Maybe you want to do a lion's pose. Yeah. Lion's pose where we open the mouth, stick out the tongue, and create a little ha sound. Leaning forward. That's right. Very nice, Sigrid. I'm feeling that lion. Yes, release. And then go ahead and take the arms out to the sides. Give yourself one more big juicy hug. And then we'll close our class with a little bit of centering, a little more beads breath. So I'm coming to the back of my chair, really wiggling myself there so I can feel the support of my chair. I lean my back against an oak, against the oak tree, whatever kind of tree feels like a trusty tree to you. Maybe it's a redwood like Carol has. And letting my arms relax. I'm letting all of the muscles in my face just drain of expression. And I'm noticing the sensation of breathing now compared to the beginning of class. And as I breathe in, I can draw up nourishment from those roots. Breathing out, sending out awareness of connection to one another. And if you like, you can continue to do just that, breathing, connecting, rooting down. Or if you wanted to add some bees breath, maybe these bees could be little glowing firefly-like bees. And we can create that very, gentle buzz. For one more. Continuing to allow the vibration to resonate, echo. And just for one moment longer, allow yourself to do nothing with the body. Let the body rest. While maybe in the mind's eye you travel to a really special place you love that is in nature. And you can take in all of the details of your spot, your sanctuary. What does it feel like to be there? What does it smell like? How does it make you feel? Breathing that in. And just resting a moment longer in this embrace of Mother Nature. You are safe, you are home. And then when you're ready to come out of it, you could give yourself one more hug. And sending out your hug to someone else in the Waldenstrom's community who might really need it today. And if you're that person who really needs it, maybe you can allow yourself to feel this. And then releasing. And I'll take my hands to heart center, coming to the edge of my chair. closing our practice today with one Om and three Shantis. And may the Shantis travel globally around the entire earth and provide protection to our sanctuaries of nature. Breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And thank you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste. And I hope you can take this feeling of not being hurried with you into the rest of your day or evening. And I'll see you soon.